Hi everyone, it's Helen from the Squiggly Careers podcast. Hope you're well. Just want to let you know a little bit about this week's podcast, which is on the topic of how to make time for your career development. We've taken loads of the ideas from our most recent HBR article, which is quite focused on managers, but there are lots of ideas in the article that are applicable for everyone. So those are the ones that I have focused on to bring to life a little bit for you in this video. I'm obviously going to dive into just one or two. There's loads more on the episode. So if you think this would benefit for you, it might be worth a listen to the full episode. A couple of ideas then. Let's just start with problems, actually. One of the big problems, I think, with career development in companies is that we can get really internally focused. So we start to learn from and with people that we already work with, and we start to constrain our curiosity to the company that we're in. We don't spend a lot of time learning outside of our organization. And so we're trying to think about, well, how can we make that a bit easier to bring the outside in? And knowledge swap sessions are a really good way of doing this. So this is where you take an existing meeting, like a team meeting, for example, or maybe there's an away day, or you have a quarterly review, like whatever is a meeting that is already going on. We do not need to add more meetings into our days, but you take that meeting that is already going on, and then you bring another team into it. Now, this could be another team in the organization, particularly if you work in quite a big business, could be another team in another country, but in the same organization, or it could be a completely different team. Like, I run a small business, so when I do knowledge swap sessions, I'm looking to bring in sort of brains from outside my business. One of the ways that you can kind of make this work is you can do a what if wall. I'll explain what this means. So you invite that other team into your meeting, and then you give them a bit of context of your organization. So if you were coming into my meeting, for example, I might talk to you about Amazing If, like our mission is to make Squiggly Careers better for everybody. I might talk about some of our aims to become the global go-to for career development, some of these things. And I'd talk about maybe some of the issues and challenges and opportunities. I'd share all that with you pretty quickly, like 5 to 10 minutes max of sharing. And then I'd hand over to you for 10 minutes to create a what if wall. And what's happening during that time is you're grabbing loads of post-it notes and you're just coming up with loads of ideas for what if, which might be, what if you partnered with another big global podcast? Could that help you to increase either the awareness of Amazing If? Or what if you wrote another book endorsed by, I don't know, Oprah? Would that help you to increase Amazing If? But this idea of what if, and the benefit is that you've got some quick insight into our organization, but because you're not in the detail of the day-to-day, your ideas will come from different places and probably take us to different spaces than we might have considered for ourselves. And then we swap that over. So all in all, this is sort of a max an hour of an agenda item of a meeting that's probably already happening. And it's a really, really good way to unconstrain your curiosity, stimulate some new ideas, and learn a lot from the way that different people think. So what if walls, really helpful. The bigger idea is knowledge swap sessions. And actually in the article, we've got loads of other ideas. So I'll make sure that you've got the link for that. Check like the details below and you will get the link to all those different ideas, because it could be a way that you can just add a bit of learning into an existing meeting. Just take one of these agenda items and we've kind of written out how to do it. And if you ever have any questions, if you're like, how would that bit work virtually, for example, just email us, Helen and Sarah at squigglycareers.com, and we'll try to make it more practical than it might be for you. Another idea, micro-learning moments. So how do we make learning small, repeatable, easy to do, part of our everyday? That's where we're trying to get to. A really good place to start is with your strengths, because we want to make sure that our learning is relevant. And strengths are the things that give you energy and that you want to be known for. So it's kind of a very relevant way to start. And the micro-learning moment here is to take what you want to be known for. So let's say I want to be known for career development, which is true. And we're going to think a little bit about, well, how do we stretch that strength? And stretch number 1 is regularity. So the first place to start when you're stretching whatever strength you want to be known for is, how can I use that strength more? It could be within a week, or it could be even today. I always think, like, just start with where you are. So I might think, if I want to be known for career development, how could I use that strength more today? I could post something on LinkedIn. I could give someone some feedback, for example, in my team. That's one way that even today I could use that strength more. Then we're going to think a little bit about range, which is the range of situations you're using that strength in. So maybe I'm just using that strength on like LinkedIn today. Maybe I should try TikTok. I don't know, but maybe I should. Maybe I'm just using it with my team. Maybe I should offer up my strength to my mentor and see whether I could help with career development with anybody my mentor manages. That would give me a greater kind of range of situations to stretch my strength in. And then we're thinking a little bit about reach. This is sort of how far it goes and who you're using that strength with. So if you were going to draw circles, think about circles kind of around you and your strength, you might say, well, this is kind of the reach of my strength today. How could it go further? Maybe I could use that strength in a community, for example. That means that I'm kind of using it with more people and in more places. So regularity, range of situations, and reach of people is a really good way of you thinking about stretching your strengths. So that was everything that I was going to say. Hopefully you found that useful. Give the podcast a listen. And if you ever have ideas for other episodes, always get in touch with us. Helen and Sarah at squigglycareers.com. We always want to take listeners' ideas and make sure that we consider them in terms of the episodes that we do.